Hi, we're at Cine Expo 2023, day 2. We're on the Grip Factory Munich stand with Sean. Good to see you again.
Thanks for having us.
Busy day yesterday by the looks of it.
Yeah, busy day, busy evening, but so far so good.
Yeah, you're holding it together. That's good. Yeah. So I think we've spoken a couple of times in the past year. What's the latest with GFM?
So this year we're showing a few new products. Obviously we're showing our range of sliders and existing products which we've had in the past. This year we've got a new launch of our already existing Jib Primo dolly. It's the Jib Primo Ultra.
Right.
So it's basically a new base with 2 different steering modes. So it has a conventional steering with a perfect steering geometry. Which means you can do extremely tight shots. And tight turns with the dolly, and it has crab steering, so you can basically maneuver the dolly parallel.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a difference to the Primo dolly we already had in the past, which had 3 steering modes, front, rear and crab, but it had parallel steering. So that was in the beginning when we launched the dolly, the easiest way to get a small chassis, get everything compact into one. Now our engineers have, gone back to the drawing board and made up a quite complicated gearbox.
Right.
Which in there's a lot of different things churning and gearboxes and so that's our new product, our newest launch. We're quite happy about it. That we can finally show because we've been working on it for quite a while.
I was going to say, how long is that?
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah.
And to be honest, we wanted to launch it earlier, but as you know, everything is last minute. So even this was kind of a last minute thing, and we're happy to have it here.
Yeah.
Our team has worked effortlessly, so it was fantastic. So I'm happy to have our team here also. They're going to be around with us, and so they've been working day and night to get this ready. And
excellent. Yeah, so the response has been good to it, I guess.
So far, absolutely. Yeah. So, I mean, to be honest, the Primo dolly has already been its industry standard over the years in terms of column dollies.
Yeah.
We are extremely busy, which is a good thing. Obviously, now we have a new base, so a lot of people now want to change. We'll see how we can make that happen.
Existing users, they're going to come along and see this and say, so what's new, and then
so absolutely. So the good thing about it is, as usual at GFM, we try to make everything compatible. So all the accessories are still compatible from the old versions. So platforms are the same, steering rods are the same. So really, for an upgrade, you would basically just need the base itself.
Right.
The column is also so far the same. We're also working on an updated hand control and user interface, so that's kind of in the work at the moment. But it's for clients who already have dollies. They can just get a new base and upgrade.
Fantastic. So you got over there. We got some other bits. We can walk around there actually. So
absolutely.
Let's go and have a look. Yeah, please.
So we're kind of in, let's call it the Jib Jungle. We've got 2 different jibs here. So the GF Mod Jib and the GF Tele Jib. The Mod Jib is basically our newest addition to our range of jibs. The market wanted a jib which had no rigging rods, which can go up to 4 meters of length, and is very easily set up. So that was our kind of approach. We said, okay, let's do it somehow. So we took from our existing jibs and jib ranges already the nicest features we had. So the crank is retractable. You can crank it, so the rear is perfectly and easily maneuverable for counterweighting. There's no extra sliding weights or something you need. You can just go onto the back and fine dial the weight. So that's quite an easy. Also, if you've got length changes or camera changes on the front, it's an easy way to adjust weight and get the arm back into balance again. Brilliant. So here we're showing a very short version of the Mod Jib, but the longest version we can do at the moment is the 4 meter version from fulcrum to pivot. And to be honest, the whole jib packs down in a small little flight case over there. You can see it.
Yes.
So there's still loads of space in the flight case for tripod or different bases or whatever. So we try to keep a little bit of space. Standard gym weights go on the end. We have a little transport solution with it, which comes all in the set. So it's basically just a wheelie trolley with the weights. This is the weight from our GF Tele Jib. but 820 kilo weights on the back. That's the max we approve. And yeah, the mod jib can go from onto a small little platform dolly, onto our Primo dolly on a tripod. So it's kind of very versatile.
And they've all got that Grip Factory craftsmanship built in, haven't they? You know,
yeah,
you see straight away. You know, the ergonomics are really well thought out. Yeah. So yeah, you're making a lot of people quite happy with these, aren't you?
Oh, we're trying our best. So to be honest, we were quite overwhelmed by the feedback we got from the industry. We launched the mod jib already last year at IBC, and kind of got a little bit scared of how many orders we got within the first series, which was quite unusual because usually we'd expect like a few dozen to be sold, but it was going pretty well. So we said, okay, before we ship out anything, we're gonna make sure this is perfect. So we kind of went back on the first prototype. We made a few changes, slight changes to the first version. So just to make it even more stable, to add a few features, and it's simple things like, for example, when you pack down the mod jib, the fulcrum, we used to have a lever like this down here, so it would hang loose, and if you set it down, it would bend. And obviously, sometimes when you go to trade shows and set it up, we also made a few adjustments on the sections just to make it even more stable. We've got these cutouts for holding. You can do completely internal cabling, so you can run your BNC cables up to the front, all the way in there. So it's quite slick. And another cool feature on the front is our double swivel feature. I'll try to do it with one hand, but the idea was here to have a very low profile jib. So if you have to go through a window in a car, I mean, rigging rods, which are usually the racing brackets, they would add to the whole diameter and to the whole profile. And this would be kind of as narrow as you can get without compromising stability. So we have the front, which is you can swivel it.
That's that is very narrow. That is
You can also swivel basically the whole nose in two positions. So sometimes it's a few inches or a few centimeters of reach where you put on a camera, which are critical. So that was the idea behind it. So far, it's people have been pretty happy with it, and it's also fully compatible with our existing range of jibs, our longer cranes, GF9 and GF multi-jib. So this section could be added as an add-on. Another very cool feature is our double dovetail system. So again, we said, okay, what are already good existing features of our jibs? So the GF8, which is one of our most sold GF cranes, it has a dovetail system, but it has rigging rods, obviously. So it's a bigger crane. I wouldn't call it a small jib, but we wanted to add the dovetail from the GF8, but obviously there's always a little play if there's no additional screws. So you can actually feel how there's a tiny little bit of wiggle in the GF8 dovetail. It's minimal, but obviously you can imagine if there's more sections, it'll add up and it'll be a little bit wobbly. But we came up with a new system which is a double dovetail. So the first dovetail goes in, and then on the other side there's a counterpart which locks, and it completely takes out the play.
Fantastic.
And without jamming, so you won't need any extra hammer or if it's kind of stuck. So it's completely solid.
Yeah, brilliant. Well, and it just shows that fully thought through development process, doesn't it? Which, so, well, I hope you're going to get a lot more orders from this show as well.
Thanks
for spending the time to talk to us, Sean. It's brilliant to see you again.
Always a pleasure. Yeah, thanks for having us.
And actually, yesterday was a busy day, wasn't it?
Very busy. Yeah. The first half, I mean, the whole concept of the show is a little bit different. So we used to be in a hall booth right off the other side, and it was a basically a square room. Now it's kind of it's got a cinematic vibe in here. I love it the way it is, the industrial vibe in here. It's cool. So we've got basically all the grip equipment over here. We've got lighting in another hall and more equipment in the motor world. So it's a cool concept. So far we're very happy.
Good. Look forward to seeing you next year.
Absolutely. Thanks.
Thank you.